Welcome back to FM Storey. We're past the halfway point of season 2 with Motherwell, and things have gone pretty well this season. As far as the cups are concerned, we made it to the semi-final of the League Cup before getting beat by Rangers. We got knocked out of the Scottish Cup at the first time of asking by Celtic. But in the league, things are going really well. We're currently sat in third position, level on points with Rangers, who are in second, but they've got a game in hand and a better goal difference. But we do have 45 points from the 22 games that we've played. The aim from the board at the start of the season was to finish in the top half. We've got an 18-point cushion between us and the team in 7th, so things are going pretty well. So now, with only league games left this season, the aim is to obviously secure that top half finish, and then from there go on to qualify for Europe from the league. So without further ado, let's get into the action. So we're now approaching the end of February, and we've got a big game in the league coming up against Celtic. We had an eventful end to the transfer window. The last episode ended at the last game before the transfer window, and the one concern we'd had is just wasting chances. And the issue we had was we didn't have any money to spend. We were dependent on loans and free transfers. However, in the last couple of days before the deadline, that did change. Chelsea came in and activated the release clause in Lennon Miller's contract. So he left to Chelsea for 8.75 million. Now, luckily, the board let us have all that money. So we did go on a bit of a shopping spree towards the end of the transfer window. We brought in Leo Castledine on loan from Chelsea just to provide a bit of depth and a bit of a replacement for Lennon Miller. Michael Bermudez was someone we were bringing in to provide some depth for the left wing and up front before we got the money. So we continued with that deal just because he's only 19 as well. Still room to develop and can play a part for us. We brought in Isaac Babadi on loan from PSV, can play anywhere in that central midfield, can play wide as well, at a push can play through the middle. We also picked up Gerald Kwanzaa on loan from Liverpool, largely because he was one of the key figures in St Mirren's push towards the top of the table in the last season. So we just added a bit more depth in the centre of defence as well. And then we spent big money on O from Celtic. We spent best part of 6 million on him because it was so much better than anything that we actually already had. And hopefully once we're all settled in, it'll lead to us having a bit more of a clinical cutting edge in the big games, because we've been okay in the games against most of the league, but the games against Celtic and Rangers are when we really need to take the chances. So we started the episode actually game-wise on deadline day, and a lot of the transfers had actually gone through already on deadline day, so we were able to select them. We came away with a 3-0 victory at home to Hearts. It was a really impressive first half performance, and for once we feel like we've got depth on the bench as well if we need to change things. In the following midweek we went away to Rangers, and it looked like it was the same old story. Like, they had 2 highlights, scored 2 goals. We did pull a goal back just before half time, but then they scored straight away in the second half with the first attack. We had another goal disallowed, but we did pull another one back. In the end, it was a pretty decent performance. And hopefully once everyone's settled in, it's a sign of things to come. We then were at home to Aberdeen in the last league game before the international break. We were then at home to Aberdeen in the next league game before we had a bit of a break from having been out of the Scottish Cup. And we basically blew them away in the first half. We were 3-0 up at half time. They pulled a goal back in the second half, but we got another goal in injury time just to make it look a lot more secure than it was. What this all means as far as the league's concerned is we're currently sat 4th. Got 51 points from 25 games. we're 21 points clear of 7th place. They've only got seven games left, so effectively another point will see us secure a top half finish for the season. We are 7 points clear of the team in 5th, so it looks like it's and 13 points clear of the team in 6th, so it looks like it's going to be very possible that we'll qualify for the European competition through the league. And we just now need to kick on and carry on that form in what's left of the season, and that starts with a game at home against Celtic. So this is the side we're going into the home game against Celtic with. We've made a couple of changes to what would have been our normal starting lineups. Alex Pinto's in a right back because almost had a few bad games, and Mason Burstall's playing off the right wing because Spittle's had a few poor games as well. Hopefully we can put in a performance. Obviously, we're playing against a team that haven't lost a game this season, so we've got to temper our expectations slightly. So we're going with the 4-3-3, they're going with the 4-2-3-1. And hopefully the new bodies can make sure we're a bit more clinical in front of goal. Very, very little going on early in this game. We're the only ones that have had any shots, but again, that just leads us to think their first attack that we see, they're going to score. Right, corner for them. In swinger. We've got a head on it, they've got it back to the edge of the box. It's almost as if it's scripted at this point. One highlight for them, one goal. And we've got a head on it. And we just didn't close down people enough. And it might actually be time that we need to look for a new goalkeeper as well. Right. Throwing late in the half. Into Chidera. Squares it. And somehow, I don't know quite how. I mean, that's our first highlight and our first goal. But we've levelled it up right on half time. It's going to change the team talk a bit. Just turns it around the corner for Chidera. He gets to the byline, pulls it back, and Doherty just prods it home. And like I say, that does change things a bit in terms of the half-time team talk, because they were going to get a rocket for what a poor performance it's been, but we're back level 2. Right, we've made one change at half-time. We've brought the baddie on for Slattery. Diafara bringing it forward from the back straight from the kick-off. Velasquez goes back to Liam Kelly. Velasquez again. Diafara looking for first off the right, but it's been cut out by Ostergaard. They've gone back to the keeper. And now they're going to break on us here. We've won it back into the baddie. Burstall out wide to Chidera. Velasquez into the box. It got a deflection, but we don't care. We've taken the lead. Perfect start to the second half. Less than a minute on the clock. And we've scored an equaliser in injury time. Right at the end of injury time of the first half. And we scored within the first minute of the second half. It did get lucky with the deflection. But some positive play there. And now we're in the stage of not doing anything stupid here. Right, we're deep in our own half. Velasquez into Diafara, who goes long. They've won it back, and now they're in our half. Gregor to Ostergaard. They've gone, forced them back to the keeper, but they look so much better on the ball than we do. Right, Chetik into Albada. Got a block on it, but the rebound fell to their player. Yeah. Just giving them far too much space. I mean, we did well to stop the initial one, the block there, but we just couldn't get the second block in. Right, we're into injury time. Anything now would be a winner for whichever team. They've got a free kick. We've managed to hit it clear, but they're going to pick up the loose ball. The ball's going to come back into the box in a second. He's drifted in. Oh! How have we lost this game? Why are you appealing for offside when there's 5 of you at least behind? And there we go, full time. What was an okay performance? Again, we're just not clinical enough. And it's going to take more than the transfers that we've made to make us much better. I do think that we may well be looking for a new goalkeeper in the summer. But that's for then. Overall, as far as the league concerned, things are doing we're still doing okay. We're still pretty secure in that top half. We're well on our way to qualifying for Europe. We just need to continue with that form against the teams other than Celtic and Rangers. We're approaching the end of March and we've got a game coming up against St Mirren. Since the Celtic game, we've had a fairly eventful run of games. Obviously, having lost that Celtic game, we then went into the next game away at Livingston and ended up running out 5-3 victors. We were 2-1 up at half time. We then went 3-1 up in the second half. They pulled it back to 3-3. And then we were able to get a couple of late goals to come away with a 5-3 victory. We then followed it up with a horrible performance against Hibs. We were really poor in the first half. We were 4-0. We were really poor in the first half. We conceded early on. We got level. They went back ahead. We got level. Then they went back ahead and ended the first half 4-2 up. We got a goal back in the second half through an own goal, but we just couldn't push on and get a fourth to level it up. And then the most recent league game, we won 2-0 at home to Dunfermline. Pretty comfortable performance. Chijera Aduke, who we got on a free transfer at the end of December, has been outstanding so far this season. Since we've got him, he's really kind of added an awful lot to the attack. We have had a 3-week break between the last league game and this one because of being knocked out of the Scottish Cup and also the international break. But as far as the league is concerned, we are sitting in third place on 57 points from our 29 games. We are 4 points clear of Kilmarnock, who are in fourth, but they've got a game in hand. We are guaranteed to finish in the top half. So there's another 4 games left before the split, and then obviously the post-split games. Just to reinforce how good Aduke has been since he came in. He only signed at the very, very end of December, and he's already joint top assists with 9, as you can see there. So things are going well. We've got this game coming up against St Mirren, who have had a bit of a recovery because they were rock bottom early on in the season. Obviously not having anywhere near as good a season as they had last season. So hopefully we can pick up another win there to move into the later stages of the season and really push to qualify for European spot. This is the side we've picked to go into the game against St Mirren. We are missing a couple of key players. Isaac Babadi, who we've got on loan, is out injured, and O is also out injured. So we've got Doherty going back into that centre midfield, and we've got Burstow playing on front with Spittle from the right. We've got free kick deep in our own box here. VFR are bringing it forward into Gazer, Beracal, driving across the pitch, finds Velasquez into Chidera. We're doing quite well keeping the ball here, but then Doherty stood and waited for it. Their centre half came and picked it off, and now they're breaking and they're into the box. And that's just, yeah. Just standing around waiting for the pass, and then just a 1-2, gets them into the box, scores at the near post as well. Slattery with a free kick, and the keeper's turned it behind for a corner. Velasquez to take it with an in-swinger on the left foot. Goes for the near post, comes back to Chidera who squares it. Gomez scramble, looped header, comes back to Chidera. Doherty loses out, gets it back and forces another corner. Velasquez again with the in-swinger. This time it's headed clear again as far as Chidera. And then finally some quality from us. Chidera scores, levels it at 1-1. And we've quickly got back on level terms here. In-swinging corner. Came to the first man, but no one then presses Chidera as it comes out to him. And he's arrowed that shot into the top corner. Berrical, De Geza, O'Donnell down the line for Spittle. O'Donnell infield. Velasquez down the line to Chidera, and he's lost out, and now they're breaking again. Spittle gets back, but just heads it straight to their player. VFR steps out of the defence to win it. Plays it into Burst on the edge of the box. What a turn, what a finish. But was he onside? I think this one might be offside. Nope, it's been given. Poor pass from them. VFR just steps out of the defence. And then it looks like he's gone too far. Fires it into the feet of Burstow. Lovely turn, lovely finish. And that's put us in front. I think this must be pretty close. Yeah. Right, another corner for them. They've caused us some problems from these corners. Got a head to it this time. They've picked up the loose ball. Slattery half makes a block, but then stops. Looking to get the ball into the box. Slattery tries to win it back again and then loses it. And we're forcing them to go backwards, but then that was always a possibility with the way we were pressing. Oh, how did he get so much space and time on the edge of the box? We were always going to leave a gap there. And then we had three players that had gone out towards the ball and no one sitting on the edge of the box where that player was. They didn't even move. And there we have it at half time. Not particularly impressive performance from us. But we've actually created some chances. We only had 3 shots on target, we scored 2 of them. So we've been a bit more clinical to do with us creating a bit more. And then they've just picked us off twice, basically. Right, they've gone long with the goal kick. Velasquez wins his header. Berrical picks up his ball. O'Donnell down the right hand side. Slides it along to Spittle. He pulls it back to Doherty into Burstow. And there we have it, 3-2, back in front. When we go forward, we look really good. Defensively, I think the attacking mentality might have to go. We are a bit too open at the back, but when we work into spaces like that, we're proving to be pretty decent with this formation. Right, they've got another corner. They've pulled it right back to the edge of the area, gone straight back to the corner taker. How? How? And he is onside as well. And the keeper just can't see it in a crowded area. Now we've got a corner, Doherty to take it, in swinger, gone up in the air. And I think we've got a penalty. I'm not quite sure for what, because it didn't look like a penalty. He's given a penalty. No idea what for there. And Burst would step up on his hat trick, buries it into the bottom corner, puts us back in front 4-3. And these last couple of league games we have, it's been a very high scoring run of games, both for and against. But he buries it in the bottom corner, and now we've got 2.5 minutes plus injury time to hold on. And we've won. Thanks to a Mason Burstow hat trick. I think we might need to rethink the attacking mentality just because of the number of goals we've conceded in the last 3 or 4 games. But we're in a pretty decent position anyway. And there we are. The end of another episode. We're rapidly approaching the end of the second season. Things are going well. We're pretty comfortable in third place. We are still quite some way behind Rangers and Celtic. Obviously, it's going to take more time to develop a squad that can be capable to challenge them. I have got a new contract for another 3 seasons after it was due to expire at the end of this season. So things are going pretty well. Obviously, join us next time to see if we can manage to qualify for Europe. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.